Hello, 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 and welcome to Pieces of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. We paint pieces. We paint them almost every weekday. And you know, I'm an adult, so things happen. Like, you know, I have kids, and I occasionally get ill myself. So, you know, like, life happens. But for the most part, we're here every weekday painting things. Right now we are painting a statuette from a game called Elden Ring. There's a big to do with this game. It's getting a major DLC here very soonish. My client loves this game, and he wants me to paint up some Elden Ring things. So we have been doing that now for a few days, weeks. It's been a minute. It's been really cool. Really neat project, so lots of fun things to do with it. Right now I'm just kind of adjusting some of this wash. I put a wash on it just a little bit before we got started today, so that I could get it start drying while we're working on some of these other things, because we want to tone this down just a bit. There's a little too clean looking, so we're gonna adjust some of it, and then we're gonna come back and add probably some highlights to the tops of all that. So we had that going for us, which is nice. Alright, so we'll take a look at our legs. They ended up looking really nice. I am gonna come back. We're gonna go ahead and do another round of our flesh colors. This is a pale terracotta by a company called Winsor and Newton. A little bit more of a higher end art supply. Not your typical hobby paint. But I do like the way it loads on the brush, and the level of pigmentation that I get, I really enjoy. So we're just kind of trying to pick out little fleshy details here. As well as get that next coat on her leg itself to help get the color out here. Otherwise it looks too gray underneath. Whereas this illness might make her look a little gray, we want the leg here to look not so gray. She definitely does have something. There's something has happened. Hey, it's McSpiritedly. Happy Friday to you, sir, as well. Nice to see you, friend. We are cruising right along here. Oh, I forgot the music again. I had it set up and everything. I went and forgot. My goal is to be able to get these glued into her dress today, so we can get them off the table and not rolling around. I'm terrified I'm gonna drop them and shatter them. I probably won't, but it doesn't stop the irrational fear. Yeah. We're gonna paint behind her legs. You're never gonna see. I definitely need to get a picture of that before we glue them in. And all this work on the back of the leg, you're not gonna see. Debating going over to DZ Comics to get some more Pokemon Lego miniatures because I got a bit of a bonus there. Hey, congratulations on the bonus. Also, those are some sick riffs you got playing. Yeah, that's a new one by White Bat Audio. They make royalty free music for streaming and things like that. It's kind of a nice little deal. All the stuff I play is their stuff. Hey, so now that we've got you here, what is going on with her leg? What is this illness she has? Is it a curse or is it like a disease? Beardsley will know. He plays the game. Honestly, it's both, but mostly a disease. All right, that made it about as clear as mud. It's called the Scarlet Rot. Okay, cool. So we can definitely put a little bit of this magenta and stuff in there. It's not quite scarlet, but it sure doesn't look good. Maybe we'll put a little bit, just a little bit of the crimson in there with it. Needs more these deeper places. Give it a little bit more of that scarlet treatment. Oh yeah, that's fun. Yeah, just that little... Oh, that looks so gnarly. We'll come back in with a little bit more of this magenta. I didn't clean that brush at all. We're just going to add... We're just adding kind of a little bit of both to the brush. And just kind of let it mix as it will. Find these different little spots that the model has. We're just gonna let that color kind of do what it will. The arm has it too, so this is a good time to experiment. Good place to do it. It says Scarlet Rot. Sorceries are fun to use, and they look incredible. They can inflict these with the same Scarlet Rot they intend to use against... Oh, I see. So it's like blood magic or something. Okay, so we'll come back in with a little bit of our pale terracotta. Just to bring out some of these more raised spots. Does that look sufficiently gnarly? Yeah. Maybe just needs a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. Give that a little more of that depth of color. Just a little bit more of a, yeah, just some breaks and some contrasts. Those sort of things always, it's always going to help make your model look better. Anytime you can bring in some sort of a contrast to what's already there. It's going to help. There we go. It's looking pretty raw and fleshy. Yeah, okay. I'm so glad you were here today. I was just wondering what it was, and I haven't really had enough time to go look it up. I've been a little obsessed with Fallout, admittedly. It's been a lot of fun. I have a little bit too much fun with that game. That and trying to garden, and yeah, there's been as well as the kids finishing the school. Man, if you've got kids in the school, you know that May is just wild. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. It's just going to be wild. Okay, that looks fantastic. We're almost dry in here too. So yeah, that's going to look great. I need to add a little bit of a shadow to her leg here. Take a little bit of our burnt umber, and we're just going to kind of give a little bit of a shadow to this. Especially back here in the back. Now I don't want to use a black to make this shadow, because if you do that, it never quite looks right. You want to use that brown, and we're going to kind of fade with it. Going to kind of work it in. A little bit of our pale terracotta as well. And it's going to give us just a little bit of that shadow that we need to make this come out right. A little bit more here, maybe. this whole thing back here, a little bit of darkness. Yep, and that should do it. That should look bright. That little bit of darkness it really helps out here. Making it look more, it looks better. You can tell than it just being plain flesh tone, you know. Okay. So that one done, then we can do a little bit of dry brush work on this part. Just here in the front. We're going to be real gentle with this. You're almost not even going to be able to tell you're doing anything. That's kind of the idea. After a while, after doing it for years, you kind of can tell. You see it, but it definitely, like, when you first start doing this, it's gonna seem weird. You're gonna be like, is there anything coming off of this brush? And it is. And then you'll notice that it happened, and you're like, oh, it's done. And then you usually go too far. Try again. Okay, there we go. Nice, clean. We can see all the filigree. The ankles look sooty enough. All right, that's such a pretty thing. All right, that one's gonna be easy. It's mostly in the shade. We're gonna go ahead and work our dry brush onto this guy, gal, a leg, you know. Gonna help us kind of get rid of some of those streaks that maybe we got from our wash. This is the leg that's out from underneath the cloak. So we definitely want to give it a little bit of some shine. This is where it gets really wild, where it's like we painted it and then we put a wash over it that covered up the paint to put paint back on it to cover up the wash. It's a very specific way you do it, so you know, whatever, it's fine. Well, that was fun. I haven't used that big one yet. That was mighty fun. I usually use the small one because I don't know how to use it one this big yet. And now that looks awesome. Super excited. Okay, done. Yeah, we gotta do the leg. The flesh part of the leg that's showing. The whole thing's the leg. Some sort of dusty thing on there. I don't know what it is. Who knows? Cats probably were dragged in here. They be doing cat things, that's for sure. Which usually means getting into things you're not supposed to. Okay, same thing here. This is underneath this dress, so we're going to go ahead and start bringing in this burnt umber from the top. Yeah. Okay. That's exciting. Alright, how are we looking here? Just go ahead and take all the rest of that excess off. Should be pretty much good to go. I really want to wait till it's dry so we can drop some highlights in some of that. But that on the back, I don't know that that's actually make that much of a difference. Probably needs to actually stay pretty dull. The tops are going to need some highlights. But it looks like that's ready to go. And you totally cannot see the back of this leg. Either one of them, really. I'm definitely getting a picture. Definitely putting it on the cult. It's like Cult of the Hidden Paints or Society of Hidden Paints is what it's called. It's pretty funny. Pardon me while I stop the music to amuse myself. Okay. That's fun. Nobody wants to answer your surveys, YouTube. So, I don't mean that, Mr. YouTube. I love you. Thank you for letting me publish my videos on your platform. The great Google monster will dock me or something. I don't know. That's funny. Oh, I'm just being a goober. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and give ample glue here on this inside. Both sides. And maybe just do a little bit of just some extra right here on these leg parts here. I don't know how much of that's actually going to touch. They seem like they're set up to go in there pretty good. Like they'll touch, but you never know. When you start printing it and curing it, it very rarely comes out the way you want it. Or the way it's designed exactly. I don't know what that was. That was weird. Oh, it's another frickin' ad. Because ads. Oh. Mm-hmm. So cool. She's got to be able to stand in this thing, so let's go ahead and set that up to where she's going to stand in it. just like so. It's gonna look great. Okay, so that's this section done. So let's go ahead while this is drying. Now it'll dry fit, and that's ready to go. Put that somewhere safe. Save. Alright, so we gotta start working on this section so we can glue that into her. So I was looking at this the other day, and I need to add this to our colors. But I think the base of this part of this dress is actually like an ochre. And then it goes up from there. So we're going to go ahead and do this in an ochre first. So we're going to do an ochre, and then we're going to do a wash, and then we're going to come back with our Naples yellow. And the trim is all a white. And I'll have to check on these. I'm not sure what color these cords are. It's kind of hard to tell in the source material exactly what you're looking at. So, because she's moving so much in the game. She moves constantly. But I think it's a yellow, because purple and gold, and in particular, like a nice deep lavender kind of purple like we were doing there, and an ochre, are very classic medieval style looks. So this ought to be what we want. And if we hit a little bit of our ruffles on accident, that's okay too. It's not going to really make that much of a difference. We're going to be painting those pretty much a white later on. Just try not to knock them off. We've already seen what it's like when you have to replace them, so let's try not to make any more mistakes. There was enough made between myself and the folks that shipped it to us. Possibly the folks that printed it, maybe the folks that designed it, but definitely me. I definitely knocked at least 2 of those off myself. And that's kind of part of dealing with resin prints, guys. You kind of gotta be ready for them to show up. If you're gonna buy them, they're gonna show up sometimes not as wonderful as we'd like. And then sometimes they're going to show up and we're going to break them. And, you know, that's just kind of part of the deal. And making them isn't made all that much easier because you still have the same risk factors, the same things. You can still break them. They can still print wrong, or, you know, whatever. There's a bunch of things that can go wrong. This is another good reason to keep an old scratchy nappy brush around and get on these things. This thing's got a lot of texture on it. Josh Marino, look at that sexy bearded dude making a sculpture. Thank you, sir. I love that. But it'll look great. This will look great against that yellow, the purple that's underneath. She's going to look fantastic. Especially with all of her golden boots. I mean, I'm not painting anything, but thank you. That's fantastic. That's good chat banter right there. That's good chat banter. Now I need to see if her sleeves are the same, because they look like they could be a different piece. So we need to check this sleeve and see what we're looking at. Now again, you could airbrush this. If you had an airbrush, you could do that. I have to get this piece for my airbrush that got dented somehow on the nozzle, so I gotta get a replacement. And not everybody has an airbrush. Not everybody has the funds or the ability or the area to store it in. Heck, there's a lot of room for it. And running an airbrush in the lives, it's loud. It's very loud. And it's hard to kind of hear anything other than the airbrush. when the compressor's on. So, kind of not stressed about getting my airbrush hose replaced. And remember, up in here is going to be where that cloak is going to sit over top of it. We still want to extend our color up a little ways into there, just to make sure that we're extending the color. And we don't even have to paint any of this back here. You're not going to see it. But we're going to do it anyway. And we'll take pictures of that, and we'll put that on the Cult of the Hidden Paint too, or Society of Hidden Paint, or whatever it is. It's probably not Cult. I just keep saying Cult because I don't know. I've always wanted to, just kind of wanted to run a cult, so I just thought it would be kind of fun. Get a little Jim Jonesy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Mostly. Okay. Touch more. I don't need too much more. What we need to do is look at this arm and see, or the sleeve. Let's see what's up. Alright, it's definitely the same color. It's very brown. But then you see pictures where it looks purple. Her cloak is definitely going to be a maroon, so that's easy. I wonder if there's a... because this thing has like a big old thing on her back, the cloak. I wonder if we can see the back of her. This is the hardest part about all this sometimes, is going through and trying to find the right thing. Maybe look at her cloak. There we go. See, and they made this part that same color purple we did. So that makes me feel like we're on the right track. See, now that's got it like a brown color. I don't know about all that. It doesn't look brown. It doesn't look that brown in the pictures. See, like, look at this. That looks like yellow. That looks way more like yellow. Anyway. I'm throwing stuff on the ground now. Because it's boring to sit there and watch me look at pictures. That's ridiculous. Let's paint something. Alright, so back we go. We're painting the dress red. No, ochre. Scare myself and drop it. I think we're going to take some liberties. This will be pretty brown by the time it's done. It's going to be a dingy yellow. It's going to be darkened. So I think we're going to end up nailing exactly what it's supposed to look like. And I think it's going to look great. I felt like that cosplay was too dark though. That was like brown, like raw umber brown. That was like brown. I ain't gonna put no doo-doo brown on my girl like that. I'll put on that dookie brown like that. You can see now why you want to seal that crack. Those cracks will definitely, if they're not sealed, you'll see them later on down the road. Ooh, that was too much. I don't know why I put that much out there. Oh well. I think I have something else I need to paint ochre anyway. I'll have to pull it out and do it while we're working on this. I think I have something that's almost this exact same palette structure actually. Just need a little bit of green. Right now we're just going to kind of just get some paint in here. We're going to way darken all this up by the time it's all said and done. But we want it to definitely be that yellow that's everything's starting out with here. Just make sure we got everything yellowed up good. It needs to be. And like I said, you can definitely, you can tell that an airbrush would make this way faster. And it would probably be a little bit of a cleaner look. You can get into places with an airbrush you just can't with a traditional brush. But again, don't be afraid to keep an old nappy just for ramming paint into little holes. The exact opposite of everything I teach you to do on this channel. I'm always like, don't ram your brush into holes. Except for unless it's this brush. This is the brush. Its job is to get rammed into holes. That's its entire existence. Since my kids tore it up, I was like, yeah, I know what we're doing with that one. Always nice to have one ratty one. It's been a whole lot of fun getting back into this. The kids really do enjoy it. They like the game, I think, more than they like the painting side of it. Trying to get maybe them to come and paint with us, but that might be fun. Do a kids day. Usually on Wednesday it's Kristen and I, so why not have a kids day too? Okay. That's pretty darn yellow. Alright. Oh yeah, she's gonna look fabulous. Okay. Great. Alright, so go up there, lady. Alright. Slowly work the way through it. Get all these base coats down, and then we'll start working on washes and then highlights just like everything else. With any luck, we'll be able to get this part attached in no time. like a hole or something. So strange. Get some thick paint. There we go. Just cover that up. A little thick daub of paint. Nope, it popped right back up. It's definitely a hole. It ate that paint for breakfast. Or lunch. What's it? Lunchtime? It's lunchtime. Yes, yes, yes. Out of frame. Get back in the frame, Pat. Get back in frame. Just bring the camera over here. That's what we'll do. Nice, clean base coat in before you start messing with anything else. Throw down your markers is what I like to call it. Throwing down your markers. This is going to be that color, that's going to be this color, that's going to be this color. Again, all this is going to be, all that's going to get covered up by this cloak. And you can always bring that back and look at it. Kind of decide how far up you need to go with your work. And you can see it's definitely going to have to go up some ways. So see, that's where it feels like it's a little bit off. See, because she rocks around in there a little too much. I feel like she's supposed to sit like that, which means we may end up adding a little bit of material here to set this right. But we got a long way to go before we have to worry about that. So we're not gonna. And you can't make us. You can't make us, little resin lady. We're gonna cross that barrier when it comes. Alright, I'm to the point where I'm talking to the model. We must be getting close to an hour. Yep. Okay. This is like the best we've gotten right here, this picture. So that is definitely, these cords are some color, and maybe silver for the, that's a little bit of a better look. Yeah, that's a much better look. Okay. Oh yeah, it is definitely not as dark brown as Homegirl had it. Okay. And these are like a whitish. These are like, oop. Let's save this image. Okay, so those little things have red gems in them. You see the red gems. Okay, all the strings are white. Well, they just opened it up. They just opened it up so you could see her boobies, and that's not how it is. And that's not her boobies. Hey, y'all just want to make it naughty, shameful. I don't mind, but man, you have to make it, man, it's naughty. I am touch up any of these places where maybe we need a little bit of that in there too while I'm at it. Okay, so a little bit of our burnt sienna here. I'm going to start the process of getting this to look right. Definitely not sculpted the way it's supposed to be. That's alright. A little bit of license, it's okay. That's fun though. That was funny. Her cleavage is definitely not hanging out. She is... She's a proper modest lady, and y'all made her look like a hooker. Man, what's wrong with y'all? That girl's missing some of her clothing. Y'all need Jesus. Or Allah or something. I don't know. I don't care which one you choose. Buddha. Vishnu, I don't care. Choose a deity. Get it straight. Get your life straight. Honestly, though, the sculptors did a really great job with this model. That is a little, you know, it's pretty typical choice for, you know, guys and stuff. Game guys. Here, I'm getting all that way painted up in there, and we're totally not going to see all that. It's alright, though. This one is just cruising. Boom, 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 boom. Or I'm getting faster. Could be I'm getting faster. When I get to work on it like every day, that definitely does make you a lot quicker. We also just got done with all of that armor edge highlighting, and so this definitely probably feels a whole lot faster because we're not like edge highlighting the same thing all day long. That guy was a monster, literally and figuratively. A whole lot of fun though. Couldn't have that now, could we? She looks so brat, and yeah, they're totally not gonna look that way by the time we're done. Now we're entering the repair zone. You can definitely see my wonky little repairs there. That's we got better as we went along. Some of these repairs look like you can't even tell. Some of them are, you know, not the greatest. Again, a lot of it's in places you're not going to notice or see. As long as it's pretty close, it'll pass. Again, this is something you're not going to see these underneath of these, but the insinuation of the color is going to help, like the edges of it when you look down at it and stuff like that, because it's just covering all the bases. Mainly the other inside of the loops themselves. And always come back and check. Always come back and places that maybe need to get hit. Maybe they didn't get hit right. Maybe they just need some more. Especially white. White loves to fade on you. So definitely go back over your whites and look again. You might want that fade. I mean, that may be something you're looking for. I do that all the time, but maybe you're not. Maybe you're not looking for it. I absolutely love it. It's looking awesome. Okay, so now we gotta make some decisions about this cord that's around her. Like the idea of like a Payne's gray, maybe. Maybe we do that same purple that we're using on her. Dress, but we'll just make it a little darker. Again, don't stress too much back here. Well, we're not going to see any of this anyway, but definitely want to at least drop the color. It's good practice. Oh yeah. She gonna look fly. Super fly. I'm not worried about getting on that little chain. We're going to paint it a metal color, so once we get around to that, we'll solve that issue. And I think over in the back, I accidentally painted it purple, but that's not going to make any difference. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely the chain. Definitely did not need to get painted. That is totally okay. Yeah, I like the look of that. Definitely. Alright, and that is us at an hour. So we're going to go ahead and take this, get ourselves cleaned up and set up to go tomorrow. Let's take a look at this now that I've got the two parts together. Yep. So we're going to darken a lot of this up. So this is going to end up a lot darker than this when it's all said and done. But you can kind of see, especially the white, is that white. Nothing in this game is this bright of white, it seems like. So, but we're definitely going to get this all done up. She's going to look fantastic by the time it's done. This will be a much darker, like a brownish color. But I do think that the underneath of it is ochre, so this is a good start. There's so much to figure out. Should keep us going for a couple of days. Finally got that part. Yeah, she's gonna look fantastic. Get that out there. Oh yeah. Alright. Woo! Slide that one out. So we're now down to a few more pieces. I'll slowly but surely eliminate this and then turn it into one big piece, which is the idea. But anyway, I'm so glad we got that part done. It's already looking fantastic. We're going to get back in tomorrow. Well, nope, Monday. We'll get back in Monday and we'll get to work on the rest of this midsection part, and then hopefully we can get it connected to our other thing. And yeah, that's gonna be about it for me. You guys have a great weekend. I hope you get to go and do some fun, exciting things, or you get some work done around the house, you know, whichever you got to do today, or this weekend, because that's how weekends go. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.